functions. Three siblings are of three different ages. The oldest is twice the age of the middle sibling, and the middle sibling is 6 years older than one half of the age of the youngest. So here let's try this and let's write it this way and let's see how we can solve this problem. For instance, the oldest sibling, let me write with the O, is equal with the twice age of the middle sibling, 2 times m. Let's say m represents the middle sibling. The O is older sibling, but the middle sibling is 6 years older than one half of the youngest one. So half the youngest one. Let me write with the y the youngest one, and is divided by 2, half of the age of the youngest one, plus 6 years older, plus 6. And now let's write, for example, the youngest sibling with the x, because we don't know what age it is. He is, I'm sorry. And then the middle one, with respect to the x, we can write, instead of the y, we can write x divided by 2. X divided by 2 plus 6. And instead of the oldest, in terms of the y's, we can write this way. The oldest one is equal with the 2 times the middle one. And 2 times middle one is a 2 times, I have to multiply everything by 2. If I divide 2 times x, divide by 2, 2 by 2 goes x, plus 2 times 6 is 12. So this is what it is. And A said, what composition function will give the oldest sibling age in terms of the youngest? If we are taking in with the O of a youngest one of the x, let me write it first with the composition. This is A. In terms of the x to the youngest one, and this is going to be, now instead of the x is x plus 12, x plus 12. And it's going to be x plus 12 because here just in terms of the x, if I'm substituting the youngest one x, is going to be just x plus 12, so it's not going to be any difference. But if I'm writing, for example, in terms of the youngest one, so x is equal with y, so x is equal with y, where the youngest one is here. So in terms of the youngest one, I can write youngest one plus 12. Already I found here. And B says the older sibling is 16 years old. So older sibling is 16 years old. O is equal with 16. 16 years old. Let me write here with the years. Is 16 years old. So now it says find the age of the other two siblings. But because the older siblings, I already have this formula, is equal with the youngest plus 12. So the oldest siblings, now I'm using this formula here, oldest is equal with the youngest plus 12. And now I want to find out how old is the youngest one. Because the oldest is 16, I can substitute the numbers here, the years. 16, the youngest one is here, plus 12. And now I can solve this equation for the youngest one. I minus 12 both sides. And if I am subtracting both sides by minus 12 with the minus 12 goes away. So what I get here, just the youngest one. The youngest one is going to be equal with 16 minus 12 is 4. So already we found here. The youngest one is 40 years old. And now we are going to find the middle one. The middle one is equal with the youngest, half of the youngest age, plus 6 years old, plus 6. And this is going to be equal with 4 divided by 2. Plus 6. Plus 6. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, plus 6 is 8. So this is going to be equal with 8. So therefore, the middle sibling is going to be 8 years old. So we already found out how old is going to be. So the oldest sibling is, if the oldest sibling is 16 years old, then the youngest one is 40 years old, and the middle sibling is 8 years old.